What is the first thing you remember when you started to wake up?
Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin, who millions watched collapse during Monday Night Football, suffering cardiac arrest.
First thing I said when I woke up was, did we win? Just thinking about the game, and I just wanted to know, like, did we win? Like I said,
what did they tell you?
He said, I won. Yes, I won. I won the game of life.
It was 8:55 on Monday night, with the 11-4 Bengals leading 7-3, and both teams were trying to secure a top spot in the playoffs. T. Higgins, a wide receiver for Cincinnati, caught a 13-yard pass in Bengals territory and made some progress near the middle of the field. Hamlin, who was ready to tackle, collided with Higgins using his right shoulder. Hamlin grabbed onto Higgins' shoulders and neck as they both fell to the ground.
To midfield and lowers the shoulder for 13.
Afterwards, Hamlin got up, adjusted his face mask, and then fell backward. The game was stopped by a referee with 5:58 remaining in the quarter, and the Bills staff hurried to help Hamlin, who wasn't moving. Emergency action plan activated. Troy Vincent, the NFL's executive vice president for football operations, informed reporters on Monday night that they activated an emergency action plan. The league has stated that all teams must have a plan in place for dealing with serious injuries. This plan undergoes a thorough review by both league and player union officials and is approved by outside experts before the season begins. It includes designating a Level 1 trauma center, having 2 certified paramedic crews present, and ensuring the availability of advanced life support ambulances. Hamlin collapsed on the field, but was quickly revived by the team's physicians and independent medical personnel, all of whom are well trained for such medical emergencies, according to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell's memo to all teams on Tuesday. Hamlin's condition stabilized, and he was transported to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, which is a Level 1 trauma center. As of now, he remains in the ICU. Hamlin's mother, who was present at the game, rode with him in the ambulance, as reported by Jordan Rooney, a friend and marketing representative of the player. The emotional impact of the incident was evident as players and staff from both teams gathered in a circle on the field, kneeling in prayer as Hamlin was taken away in an ambulance at around 9:25 p.m. In response to these events, Hamlin's family released a statement through Rooney on Tuesday, expressing their sincere gratitude for the love and support they received during this difficult time.
The news that we will share today is we've got some positive steps in the right direction.
They thanked the Bills, the Bengals, fans, and the medical personnel involved. How do you resume play after such a traumatic event? By 9:16 p.m. on Monday, after the head coaches gathered on the field with game officials, Bills coach Sean McDermott signaled for his team to head back to the locker room. The crowd was informed that the game would be temporarily suspended, and cheers erupted from the stands as the players retreated to the tunnel. Troy Vincent, speaking to reporters, shared his thoughts, saying, "I've never seen anything like it since I've been playing. So immediately, my player hat went on. How do you resume play after you've seen such a traumatic event occur in front of you in real time?" It wasn't until just after 10 p.m. that the league, through the ESPN broadcast, officially announced the game was postponed. Vincent mentioned that he and league officials maintained constant communication with head referee Sean Smith, who was in contact with the head coaches. He emphasized that there was no discussion about having the players warm up to resume the game at any point, stating, "That's not a place that we should ever be in reference to resuming play after Hamlin's collapse on Monday night. The decision to postpone the game was a joint agreement between the NFL and the NFL Players Association, as stated by the league. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said in his memo to the teams on Tuesday, "After speaking with both teams and NFLPA leadership, I decided to postpone last night's game and have our main focus remain on Damar and his family." The Bills provided an update on Tuesday via Twitter, stating that Hamlin spent last night in the intensive care unit and remains there today in critical condition. Football has a way of reminding us of its humanity only when it's already too late. Damar Hamlin began Monday as the quintessential NFL success story, a 6th-round draft pick who had tirelessly worked his way up to replace an injured star safety for one of the league's top teams. His journey is well documented. His parents even started a cleaning service to support Hamlin's football dreams, and he gave back to his hometown of Pittsburgh whenever he could. He was living the NFL dream. Earlier that season, after practice, he happily said, "I'm cherishing every moment I can. Football can indeed be an unforgiving sport. The primary concern, then, was for Damar Hamlin and those who hold him dear. It also extended to players like Cincinnati's T. Higgins, who dashed down the field towards Hamlin, initiating the play that led to the tragic incident, and who may never be the same again. Moreover, Monday's events and their repercussions serve as an uncomfortable reminder that a football field, even when nothing overtly dangerous is happening, can still be a dangerous place.
Coleman plays the ball. It's an interception. It's probably going the other way with it. I mean, the ball's on the other side of Roby Coleman.
The consequences of football's inherent brutality are often concealed from view. Most people prefer not to look behind the curtain. In this sport, movement in all extremities is regarded as good news, with the unsaid often carrying more weight than the spoken words. It brings to mind something Dan Le Batard once wrote when Jason Taylor revealed a series of devastating and largely concealed injuries. Take a look at what was happening in the dark. He was just a few blessed hours from having his leg amputated. He played games, plural, with a hidden and taped catheter running from his armpit to his heart. His calf was oozing blood for so many months, from September of one year to February of another, that he had to have the equivalent of a drain installed. Monday night put it all out in the open. It forced us to confront the reality of a violent sport. It was a night of postponements, suspensions, and one of the biggest games of the year brought to an unexpected stop. It was as close to a reckoning as you can get for a game that can be both beautiful, leading us to unexpected places and getting us all emotional, and yet, at the same time, be barbaric, brutal, sad, and unforgiving. The long-term health implications of football had often felt abstract, as if the physical toll was something of the past, relegated to the players of the 80s. But this was a real-time reminder of how cruel it can be. In the past, there have been tragic incidents like Howard Glenn breaking his neck in an AFL game and dying later that day, or Chuck Hughes passing away after collapsing during a 1971 Lions-Bears game. In both cases, the game continued. A Hall of Fame player, speaking to ESPN's Don Van Natta Jr. in 2013, mentioned that Roger Goodell was terrified that a player might die on the field if the sport didn't change. While the game has become safer over the past decade with rule changes aimed at reducing the most dangerous hits, there is a limit to how safe football can truly be, and that harsh reality confronts us every few weeks, at the very least. The best outcome for Damar Hamlin, in this case, is that he survives and can go on to lead a normal and happy life, with this incident becoming just a small part of his story. Anything else was too terrible to think about at that time. And thankfully, that's exactly what happened. The guy was up and running 4 months after the whole thing went down. However, football changed on Monday night, and while we might not fully understand how it will affect the sport in the long run, we do know that it changed because the NFL had to stop the game. None of us wanted to see this. It was a night marked by shock and prayers. We hope we never have to see it again. Do you think this situation was handled well? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more content like this. See you in the next one.